Columbus Day was made for sleep, my deep dear darling, echoes of my flying pen. Metaphors are everywhere. Christ is a stallion, pedantic is frantic, America is freaky.
Yes, America is free.
Yeah. Poem, Horses at Dawn. The harness of Homer, two faces get on with cases. One a stranger, the two with a purpose. The joy be good, stereo Steve. Two cynics at dawn, altercation away with you. Shredding my being, it is nothing to frolic. Alluring me, I stop myself. Frantic first, I drool over Yule. A logic burns inside me. Sleep blesses me, there are necessary doodads. At auction, Gary Owen died for our sins. America freaks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nutt.
Thank you very much.
Good job. All right. Let me just see who we have here. Salman Rushdie. Salman. Good. Lord of the Dance. Aleister Crowley. Lewis, that's bring us to you. Bring him on. Where is he? Where is that man? Then we have Justice coming back, then myself, and our weekly feature, if that person is here. Which doesn't look like at the moment, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. It sometimes provides the strange conditions and circumstances.
Is the minute minder going? We've started? Okay.
Yeah. No,
My daughter and I, who teaches language arts in a large European country, says that everything really sounds best in French, but I doubt that sometimes. And when in Shanghai last time, I picked up a poem that was unpublished during his lifetime by William Blake, and decided I would translate it into Chinese and see if that wasn't the best language for that poem. You get to judge. I like the translation. It was found in a pack by a friend of his. It was never published, and the friend actually altered the poem to the better. I've seen both copies. It's called Never Seek to Tell Thy Love. Never seek to tell thy love. 着不成是表达你的爱. Love that never told can be. 着不表达的爱可以存在. For the gentle wind doth move, 因为温和的风移动. Silently, invisibly, 静静的看不见的. I told my love, I told my love, 我表达了我的爱, 我表达了我的爱. I told her all my heart, 我表达了她我所有的爱. Trembling cold and ghastly fears, 冷冲发抖的, 在阴森的恐惧. Ah, she doth depart. Ah, 她离开. Soon after she was gone from me, 不久7号她离开了我. A traveler came by 如行者来了. Silently, invisibly, 静静地看不见的. He took her with a sigh. 他带了她叹了口气. The poem A fini. My daughter always says to say when it's done. One more short one, and you can boo as much as you want here.
Boo.
Yep, boo, 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 because it may be incomprehensible. But my daughter says, I get it, no one else will. Here it goes. It's called Dumb Days. He was Mr. Culture Clash, rash and rabid. At times they were so exciting. She was calm and cool. Nobody's fool, just a few fun foibles or two. They said I do, and loved to make love and lasagna. Then Kraft got on the loose. Pie crust turned to rust, and the rooster thought he knew it all. Good times turned bad, bad to sad. Then somewhere under a bridge, a snake coil struck cultural cool with exorbitant cost, meaning all was lost at the last. Only tension in the past tense now. No fun under the sun, only dumb days, dazed on wrong. Fini.
Just the mic.
Why don't you give it up yourself?
There we go. Thank you so much.
That's hate speech.
All right. So this
Okay.
is Justice. You want me to? You're ready to go.
Yeah, ready to go. I have news. My submission that I was working on and reading here, collateral damage, has been accepted by Bay Area Generations. I'll be reading with Paul Corman Roberts, who I'm paired with.
Very good poet.
Excellent.
Your colleague.
Another one. We're all geniuses out of there. Okay, so I thought I'd read his piece to give you a flavor of who he is. We're reading at the Hotel Rex Monday at 7:30. We're the opening act. Why art? Because damaged people need a dimension of their own to live and think and breathe and express their autonomy. Because damaged people and damaging people haven't been able to kick the predation monkey yet. Because the reptilian fight or flight strain has been hopelessly enjammed into the genes of the too clever monkey predator. Because we all fear the invisible talon from above that could be coming for any one of us at any time. Because we are supposed to be scavengers and gatherers, not predators. Because we are actually prey and not predators. Because when the invisible talon hooks on our heads in its grip, it is no longer invisible to us. Because any one of us can become food and or fodder, usually at the exact moment we finally believed we couldn't. Why art? Because the worst predators are the ones who look just like us, who greet us with handshakes and hugs. Because our beloved nurturing Mother Earth gives not one flying fuck which one of these you are, when the cycle of life decides to have one of its micro, macro, cosmic days. Because civilization is a delusion drawn into a tarp and a fence and a shack. Because this rant isn't about civilization. Because this rant isn't about Mother Earth. Because this rant isn't about food or fodder. Because this rant isn't about predators, gatherers, or scavengers. Because this rant isn't about clever monkeys. Why art? Because this poem is about my bunny who was murdered by a hawk in our backyard. Because the hawk was driven into the city to search for food because of the drought that is smothering California. Because the drought that is smothering California is being brought on by accelerated global climate change. Because accelerated global climate change is being perpetrated primarily by this petroleum products company. Because, fuck you, Chevron. Because, fuck you, Shell. Because, fuck you, Exxon. Because, fuck you, British Petroleum. Because of your crimes against Alaska and the Gulf and Canada and Africa and Southeast Asia, you can now add the murder of a sweet, adorable bunny to your list of atrocities. Because of you, I am a murdered bunny now, too. Because maybe this all sounds funny, but this is one hungry bunny who isn't laughing. That's why. Art.
And that's this Monday, right?
This Monday, 7 o'clock floor, 7:30 for the first act. Sharp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sharp.
Sharp.
All right.
Sharp.
All right. Well, let's see here, ladies and gentlemen.
It's good to see everybody. I hope you're relaxing, like I am almost. And if you're interested in reading, we can put you on the open mic and we'll set you up with that. Let's see, 1, 2. Okay, a number from 1 through 5.
5.
That never happens. Just like in my classroom, they always pick the big number. They never picked
Like
one.
they're hiding.
I know. It's like, okay.
Thinking they're hiding with their fifth
Oh,
one.
yeah. Let me get my Glacier. So much clearer. This is called Once Upon San Francisco, and it's written with regards to Stephen P. Mackin, who it was written for directly and indirectly. Because I was having a conversation with Clara Sue, and he came up, and then we were trying to write something, and this came out in the course of that, so there we go. A light fog graces San Francisco's sunset. Just outside Cafe Flore and looking towards the ocean, all is fog shrouded, just 6 short blocks hence. Parnassus likewise remains occluded, and there is quiet, a hush, as if the whole of the world and all upon it were whispering only, and the sun taking it easy. Colorful fallen leaves decorate the sidewalk as the N. Judah glides along with grace, absent its usual clatter and squeal. I'm going to go back 2 lines. As the N. Judah glides along with grace, absent its usual clatter and squeal. A young crowd is inside. Their ambient chatter speaks of ease on a weekend's concluding portion. The only exceptions to this mulled setting are the espresso machine's hiss and Jerry Garcia's eclectic meandering solo coming over the PA. Pedestrians pass outside, some idle, look in, then enter. Peter greets them, smiling, conversational, without haste, his hands held in front or working the red apron. I am, for once, at ease myself, having splurged on treats. First, a big, deep, hearty mug of coffee. Then the ciabatta, housing caramelized onion, topped with melted jalapeno jack, raw spinach, avocado, thickly sliced tomato, and a creamy dressing I'll never forget. Slowly, I let each bite dissolve. Next time, I'll try the Genoa. The skylight informs me of the weather. When there's a brightening, the ceiling fan gets a shadow which circles at my feet. And time, that unenviable creature, makes marks of its own, charting its passage into the future. I give my regards to Peter and Lauren, board the N. Judah, and go on down to Ocean Beach. I stroll pathways through the dune grass, find a proper niche, and settle down in comfort. There was the colored beach waters swirling, the bright tumult-topping waves, and a gray, calm Pacific beyond. I people-watched for a time. Then, closing my eyes, I took in salty air, heard sounding waves swell and rush, my own breathing, and for a time reflected upon everything that came to mind and dissolved each thought as it arose over and over and over. Until, in some profundity, I was free of all those thoughts which disguised themselves as me. And then I lost sense of time's flow, had nothing further to inquire, and nothing at all to desire, but in that breathing sensed that I too transpire. So 1 through 4.
4.
3.
3, thank you. Who said 3? Okay. Just because it's not the biggest number. This is called For a Child, a Friend, a Lover, or Spouse. It's one of these poems where you're, trying to be somebody else. May the stars gently guide you, and hope see you through. May you bear up and be fruitful, and your word be known as true. May your grace through kindness ever tell, and have the vision to speak the truth as well. May you have the sight to see your soul eternally free. May you speak for the poor and to their good, always give the love you should. May your heart remain at peace so that its giving will never cease. May you be healthy, hearty, and whole. Have illumination bless your soul, and have the sight to see your soul eternally free. May you be the hero of your life, and your legends all be told. May you have the comfort of a hearth when your aching body's old. May your travels be received right well. Enjoy your life wherever you dwell, and have the sight to see your soul eternally free. May you always pour when you share. Commune with the muse as well. May your arts address this world's affair. May you love and always tell, and have the insight to see your soul eternally free. Eternally free, singing a life song so that we'll all see our souls are eternally free. Thank you so much.
That was not the best version of that. There was another version I was looking at going, oh, there's the changes that I didn't put in. Anyway, so, but I'm glad you like that because it's fun. So now, normally we'd have our feature because he's the next person up, but he's not here at this moment. So we can proceed and press onward, and I can sign you up, and then Buford, you'd be our the mini who's. Did you want to read also?
Oh, no.
You sure?
No, I have a little bit of cold. I don't want to do that. I just want to listen.
Okay, all right. So then, Buford, why don't you get ready, and I'll get this. Why don't you come up and sign in, and then we'll. Do you want to go before him, or do you want to go after?
That's what you want to do.
Oh, you want to go after? Okay. So just put it in the bar.
I like your work.
Oh, I remember you.
Now
the
you
name,
do.
the name is going. Oh, that's right. Okay. Forgive me.
Me.
So this is Buford. He's coming up to do the mini, which is not the closer, the mini. What do I call it? Mini. Never mind. Closer bulldozer. That's what I try to get to. Mini mover, closer bulldozer, and then we have Zane, and then barring any further interferences, we will call it a night and distribute the wealth and prizes, which I say are designed with everybody's mind. So, we get this organized here, Mr. Buford.
I wrote this today after my work, after my job. This is called Adding to the Community. For some reason, I put 3 D's in adding, but anyway, I don't type that well. I added orange houses made from cut-out paper, glued and taped together by the big boy, quote unquote, 18 years old and at least 6 feet and 200 pounds. Where are your houses? I asked his ominous presence, with his well-cut short black hair underneath a baseball cap, his usual adornment for his curious, different head. I threw him in the garbage, he said, matter of fact. After he'd left to go back to the classroom, I fished them out of the small metal trash can. What do you want to do with them? I asked Ms. Yu, the art teacher, nice looking in her late 30s to mid 40s, I would guess. She looked up from her 5 foot or so frame at me with her friendly but serious dark brown eyes. We'll add them to the community, she said. I left her alone there to let the next period's class file in. R was almost to our home classroom by the time I descended from the 3 flights of stairs and out to the blacktop area where 4 buildings face inward, the sight of his large feet moving. This is called My Fellow Worker, or subtitled We Radicals. The radicals stick together, not much middle class to sustain us. We from the same social class as our students, poor. We're not young or abused though, and we have the energy to fight back when bothered. We radicals
stick together, fight hard for change.
Never give up.
Searching for respectability. The landlady died and her daughter doesn't like me and my sloppy ways. Lots of newspaper on the 3/4 wall-to-wall carpet, as well as some of my poems and everybody else's. At my job, they keep the kids in his or her place. Philosophy is supplanted by my humanistic, what does a kid feel? The alternative respectability that I seek, where I never fall into the mainstream bullshit, I hope is on the way. Maybe by the time I'm 70, in about 5 years, in other words, I'll be there, I'm not sure. There's baseball. Take me out to, this was right after the World Series, after they won the World Series. Take me out to AT&T Park where the rich have great tickets and my buddies and I stand underneath the right field bleachers for 3 innings for free. The world and the Giants so happy for me. Baseball's Buster, Hunter Pence, a man with some sense of fun who appreciates fans. Tim Lincecum could make the ball hum. Now he's in the pen, still the strangest of men. His baseball season pot smoking near broken, maybe. And then there's Brandon Belt, the big man with the thirst for stopping line drives and supporting giraffes. They have almost Mickey Mantle's talent and don't drink as much, I hope. Mad Bum's the perfect lefty. Panic closing the second base gap. All right. How much time do I have?
You got about 3 minutes.
3, okay. This is called B. The small blind 15-year-old uttered beep every time someone checked into the machine on Muni. Keep your cane out of the mini stop, I implored him to no avail. Reaching across his light 10-year-old body, I put my hand over his and controlled the white-tipped, longish piece of wood. He said nothing. In the library, Mr. W, middle-aged with no, I don't know what that says. And just a few teeth in the bottom of his mouth quieted the young man beyond my attempt. Calm down, he said rather sharply. We came back to the school and the teacher, Ms. C, and a few kids out in the yard playing with the ball. The 16-year-old without clear speech and the even less clear boy who likes fun and is good at cleaning up everybody's toys. It's even so, you shouldn't have gone up there, man, I said to the little man with the agile legs and Down syndrome. Disability afterwards in the back in the classroom. The gate doesn't really hold at the latch and caused the 7-year-old kid to almost be in some real peril. And the state and city want to cut personnel and save money and perhaps endanger children's lives, make an even larger child to teacher ratio, flirting with thoughtlessness and highly political disaster.
Thank you. They're making some pretty silly changes.
Yeah.
That's usual. And also to do with money. So now Zane. Around. You were here last week, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm not that bad. Of course.
And the week before?
Yeah, it's been a while. Good.
Yeah, this is an older one. I've been trying to go away from rhyming, but it still feels good.
Feels good to it.
Can't hear you.
See, the junkie sees heaven and oblivion, bliss in the moments you don't want to live again. You just want to be a little kid again. When you have something to say, don't just sit again. Preach it like you don't give a shit about them. You know, the ones that hurt you and worked you and warped you into a body with a curvy backbone. Maybe that's why you can't stand tall, but maybe that's what happens to us all with time, with blinds shut, locked off from sunshine, only machines emulating starlight, faintly wanting to paint me one last self-portrait because she tried to steal my infinity, but she didn't know it was living within me. Begin to see brighter days, better ways to watch the world go by, wafting like ripples over calm water, seeing these melodies form into the figures, creating the remedies to your stormy seas, the calming sleeves oozing out of the bruised and diseased members of the population, spitting out pennies while federal suits print millions, but these pennies weigh more and more and are becoming irrelevant faster, like our words, spitting like lips, like sticks in the sand, writing messages to be washed away at the full tide. The dull-eyed stares into a girl's own, saw the internal seeds I had sown in indifference to the bone, all alone and washing out cuts and wanting to bust or break, but really just twist and shake violently. My father has shaky hands, you see, just like me. We try not to believe that we are the kids of our parents, but they created us. Another mole, another cough, another tomorrow, till the sunshine refreshes the young mind. We will have to find time between the sidewinds and blind eye tackles. They found us lying together. Underneath the stars there was a birthright, decided under some type of person who truly enjoys long walks on beaches, scattered with memories like sand across the pages of novels you and I used to love to read. The stories that helped us forget, helped us find regret, as absent as our minds, and the terrible times are now leaving. It's now time for heavy breathing. It's time to see things with more clarity, not hysterically, like phone calls in early morning, tears streaming like screaming raindrops, lining the windowsill with the product of a non-performing drug, facing the world with a grin and a shrug. The boy needs nothing more than a budge, no more than a nudge. Most brains will budge if pushed in the right direction. If we could finally make the connection that we are doing nothing but trying to make corrections to rough drafts, and as times pass and the last gasp of air pushes out daisies, the boy standing over the pit doesn't feel crazy, feels for once okay, surrounded by strangers maybe, but the words that they may see will be read plainly. It only gets better from here, you see. It only is what you are, it is all what you are not. We are melody whisperers, wedding singers, praying soldiers. We are sliced wrists and clenched fists, white knuckles, and we believe what we are told, and we were told to never grow old. Thank you.
Zane, thank you.
I really like it.
All right. All right, we come to that part of the evening where all these fancy dancy things are on the table. Nature, the mini feature, and the keynote, which you've all seen now. Magdalene's Syndrome Gazette. It's a little tiny magazine. So it's, and these are all bought.
Oh, nice.
Right. Poetry, and poetry. The Galley Sale Review. The Atlantean.
That would be a good donation to the people.
And then this is our music by John Sinclair. Wow.
That's legal paper, folded in half.
Yeah.
Nice size.
They used to do those things when they were clever.
Yeah, I like that.
So I'll put all these out here, and it looks like there's a great a high ratio between the number of prizes and the number of people here. So we'll probably have to I'm determined to get rid of all these because I have so many things to give away. He's going to shuffle them one more time as I blindfold myself uselessly. All right. Thank you so much. Let me put these here so I can see the numbers.
Sorry, a couple of announcements, please. First, we'll be here next week, even though that's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. It's still a Wednesday, and Teddy said yes, and we'll be here, so I'll be here if you want to be here. And our feature is Rachel Escamilla, and she's really well known in the Bay Area and I think to the north. But she has a book, and she's really beautiful, a wonderful poetic voice, and also and when we have the Wednesdays right before Thanksgiving, we try to do a little canned food drive. We'll try to take the food to the food bank. So I'm just letting people know.
And now, the classic drum roll, please. And our first winner of the evening is Jane.
Yay!
You are a perfectly beautiful, wonderful winner. One of these prizes, actually one or more of them, could be yours. We're going to go through the cards twice this way. So you can be the many feature next week or the keynote or any one of these fine prizes.
What does keynote mean?
That means you get up, you're the first person to speak, and you read a poem by someone else that you feel is important and meaningful. Then you can join the open mic later on.
Okay. Can I do the keynote?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
And you can take it.
Thank you.
Okay. So Jane, the keynote. Thank you, Jane. This is going to be good. All right.
Okay.
And Sally. Sally Love Saunders. Now, if you're going to be here next week, you could be the mini, or you could take one of these fine prizes. Woohoo! Hey. Oh, let me keep the card to put your name in. It's okay. Good.
What is many? How many
that means you get 8
minutes?
minutes.
8? Okay.
Close it.
Yeah, usually
you close it of the second half?
if
Almost.
it's in the second half, it usually is a closer, but sometimes there are people who sign up after.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think when I change my mind, because I can't stay up.
Oh, well,
You want to move her up to halftime?
Yeah, we can move you up.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. And Justice.
Me?
Yes.
Can I have the Bukowski one? I'll give it to the Beat Museum.
Is that the, no, this is
No,
that
one.
There you go.
Yeah,
All right.
Wait, this was Cush's?
No, this is.
Zane. Zane, you are a winner, and take one or two because I think we should do that. That's only fair.
So there's a
Those
card.
are
It's the first
That's
card,
that's
and they
old.
want to sell
And
it.
it's
It's not the hint. I don't want to say yes. It sounds like it could, but
What?
ask him.
What is it? So can I do it the first half? The main teacher?
Yeah. We could probably figure that out. We could probably do that.
If I can get a rhyme to say.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Lewis.
well, no.
I am not worthy. Thank you.
Oh, jeez. I doubt that. Mr. Owen Dunkel. And then you're next.
Okay, I want one of the poetry. Let me look at it, okay?
All right.
This is very aggravating.
Oh, you want to get, well, but he has to look.
Oh,
He has to
there.
go
It's-
first.
You get first, well, there's
I'm sorry.
plenty to go around. I just figured that you're the next card you should know.
Okay.
There we go, and then Buford.
What'd you get?
Oh, and Sally. So Buford's looking to do those on the sixth. Once it's Buford does not show.
Here. Take a look at those. I'll take this.
You know, there's been 321.
Now, just for anybody else, is there any takers? Just
321
checking.
buses here, but not in.
Yeah.
Just checking. Nature Conservancy, just checking. I'm just giving these away.
Oh, I'll take what?
Whatever goes
What do you
up.
want?
You would think it would
That's
come
good.
back.
Would you?
Yeah.
The one you just put down.
This one.
There
I
are
thought you did.
more people going home with this out.
Anyone?
What's your favorite?
Once,
You were
twice,
given
three
it
times?
up? Wow.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that everybody went away with something. So next week, Rachel Escamilla is the feature, and we do our little Thanksgiving canned food drive. You're going to be here, bring something. And I see too that the San Francisco Food Bank gets whatever we bring together.
And you can donate funds if you want to do that, or cans, whatever you want. But no glass jars. That's what they told me last time. No glass jars because they break.
Yeah.
All right. So come back, same bat time, same bat station. We shall see you again next time.
Tomorrow night, our feature at the open mic is going to be Dr. Dream.
Dr. Dream, tomorrow here, Thursday night.
Dr. Dream.
Tune in.
If you want to see something really unusual, please come and see Dr. Dream.
Okay.
Here.
Here, yeah.
Yes, here,
Thursday
tomorrow
night,
night.
so we'll do the,
From 7 till 7:30, she'll be here.